Dionne Warwick is an American singer, actress, and television host. Warwick ranks among the 40 biggest U.S. hitmakers between 1955 and 1999, based on her chart history on Billboard's Hot 100 Pop Singles chart. She is the second most charted female vocalist during the rock era, 1955 to 1999. She is also one of the most charted vocalists of all time, with 56 of her singles making the Hot 100 between 1962 and 1998, 12 of them top 10, and 80 singles in total, either solo or collaboratively, making the Hot 100, R&B, or Adult Contemporary charts. Warwick ranks number 74 on the Billboard Hot 100's Greatest Artists of All Time. During her career, Warwick has sold more than 100 million records worldwide, and she has won many awards, including 6 Grammy Awards. Warwick has been inducted into the Hollywood Walk of Fame, the Grammy Hall of Fame, the National Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame, and the Apollo Theater Walk of Fame. In 2019, she won the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. 3 of her songs, Walk On By, Alfie, and Don't Make Me Over, have been inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame. She is a former Goodwill Ambassador for the UN's Food and Agriculture Organization. Dionne Warwick, later Warwick, was born in East Orange, New Jersey, to Lee Drinkard and Mansell Warwick. Her mother was manager of the Drinkard Singers, and her father was a Pullman porter, chef, record promoter, and CPA. Dionne was named after her aunt on her mother's side. She had a sister, Delia, D.D., who died in 2008, and a brother, Mansell Jr., who was killed in an accident in 1968 at age 21. Her parents were both African American, and she also has Native American and Dutch ancestry. Warwick was raised in East Orange, New Jersey, and was a Girl Scout for a time. She began singing gospel as a child at the New Hope Baptist Church in Newark, New Jersey. After finishing East Orange High School in 1959, Warwick pursued her passion at the Hart College of Music in West Hartford, Connecticut. She landed some work with her group singing backing vocals for recording sessions in New York City. During one session, Warwick met Burt Bacharach, who hired her to record demos featuring songs written by him and lyricist Hal David. She later landed her own record deal. Many members of Warwick's family were members of the Drinkard Singers, a family gospel group, and RCA recording artists who frequently performed throughout the New York metropolitan area. The original group, known as the Drinkard Jubilaires, consisted of Sissy, Anne, Larry, and Nikki, and later included Warwick's grandparents, Nicholas and Delia Drinkard, and their children, William, Lee, Warwick's mother, and Handsome. When the Drinkard Singers performed on TV Gospel Time, Dionne Warwick had her television performance debut. Marie instructed the group, and they were managed by Lee. As they became more successful, Lee and Marie began performing with the group, and they were augmented by pop/R&B singer Judy Clay, whom Lee had unofficially adopted. Elvis Presley eventually expressed an interest in having them join his touring entourage. Other singers joined the Gospelaires from time to time, including Judy Clay, Cissy Houston and Doris Rekiai Troy, whose chart selection Just One Look, when she recorded it in 1963, featured backing vocals from the Gospelaires. After personnel changes, Dionne and Doris left the group after achieving solo success. The Gospelaires became the recording group The Sweet Inspirations, who had some chart success, but were much sought after as studio background singers. The Gospelaires and later The Sweet Inspirations performed on many records cut in New York City for artists such as Garnet Mims, The Drifters, Jerry Butler, Solomon Burke, and later Warwick's recordings, Aretha Franklin and Elvis Presley. Warwick recalled, in 2002's biography, that a man came running frantically backstage at the Apollo and said he needed background singers for a session for Sam the Man Taylor, and old Big Mouth here spoke up and said we'll do it. And we left and did the session. I wish I remembered the gentleman's name because he was responsible for the beginning of my professional career. The backstage encounter led to the group being asked to sing background sessions at recording studios in New York. Soon the group were in demand in New York music circles for their background work for such artists as the Drifters, Benny King, Chuck Jackson, Dinah Washington, Ronnie the Hawk Hawkins, and Solomon Burke, among many others. Warwick remembered, in biography, that after school, they would catch a bus from East Orange to the Port Authority terminal, then take the subway to recording studios in Manhattan, perform their background gigs, and be back at home in East Orange in time to do their school homework. Her background vocal work would continue while Warwick pursued her studies at Hart. While she was performing background on the Drifters' recording of their 1962 release Mexican Divorce, Warwick's voice and star presence were noticed by the song's composer, Burt Bacharach, a brill-building songwriter who was writing songs with many other songwriters, including lyricist Hal David. According to a July 14, 1967, article on Warwick in Time, Bacharach stated, "She has a tremendous strong side and a delicacy when singing softly, like miniature ships in bottles. Musically, she was no play-safe girl. What emotion I could get away with." During the session, Bacharach asked Warwick if she would be interested in recording demonstration recordings of his compositions to pitch the tunes to record labels, paying her $12.50 per demo recording session, equivalent to $120 in 2022. One such demo, It's Love That Really Counts, destined to be recorded by Scepter-signed act The Shirelles, caught the attention of the president of Scepter Records, Florence Greenberg, who, according to Current Biography, 1969 yearbook, told Bacharach, "Forget the song, get the girl." Warwick was signed to Bacharach's and David's production company, according to Warwick, which in turn was signed to Scepter Records in 1962 by Greenberg. The partnership would provide Bacharach with the freedom to produce Warwick without the control of recording company executives and company entremen. Warwick's musical ability and education would also allow Bacharach to compose more challenging tunes. The demo version of It's Love That Really Counts, along with her original demo of Make It Easy on Yourself, would surface on Warwick's debut Scepter album, Presenting Dionne Warwick, which was released in early 1963. In November 1962, Scepter Records released her first solo single, Don't Make Me Over, the title of which Warwick supplied herself when she snapped the phrase at producers Burt Bacharach and Hal David in anger. Warwick had found out that Make It Easy on Yourself, a song on which she had recorded the original demo and had wanted to be her first single release, had been given to another artist, Jerry Butler. From the phrase Don't Make Me Over, Bacharach and David created their first top 40 pop hit, No. 21, and a top 5 U.S. R&B hit. Warwick's name was misspelled on the singles label, and she began using the new spelling, Warwick, both professionally and personally. After Don't Make Me Over hit in 1962, she answered the call of her manager, left school and went on a tour of France, where critics crowned her Paris Black Pearl, having been introduced on stage at Paris Olympia that year by Marlene Dietrich. The two immediate follow-ups to Don't Make Me Over, This Empty Place, with B-side Wishin' and Hopin' later recorded by Dusty Springfield, and Make the Music Play, charted briefly in the top 100. Her fourth single, Anyone Who Had a Heart, released in November 1963, was Warwick's first top 10 pop hit, No. 8, in the U.S., and an international million seller. This was followed by Walk On By in April 1964, another major international hit and million seller that solidified her career. For the rest of the 1960s, Warwick was a fixture on the U.S. and Canadian charts, and much of her output from 1962 to 1971 was written and produced by the Bacharach/David team. Well, Dionne Warwick is paying tribute to a man with whom she made music magic. Burt Bacharach, the legendary 6-time Grammy-winning pianist and composer behind hits such as Raindrops Keep Fallin' on My Head and They Long to Be Close to You, died Wednesday at the age of 94. Well guys, what are your thoughts? Do tell us. Thanks for watching.